Welcome back to Tales from Our Pocket. We are traveling again. It's 2022 and we are so excited that more of the world is opening up and making it easier for us to travel. We have wanted to come to Asia for years and we're finally here. Our first stop is Singapore. We're here for about a week and we cannot wait to see what this city has to offer. We're staying not too far from Chinatown. Since this is our first day, we expect a little bit of jet lag to hit us like a brick wall this afternoon. So we thought, let's go explore Chinatown, not too far from our hotel, and it has a lot to offer. Let's get going. For our first stop, we had to come and see one of the most iconic hotels and buildings in all of Singapore. And it looks just as unexpected in person as it does on our television screens. It looks like it's a cruise ship on top of a building. I don't know how they did that, and I can't decide whether I want to pay $20 for a drink so I can experience the top of it. It looks amazing. It's so cool.
It's raining out, so we took a quick break in one of the hawker centers.
Lau Pa Sat is where we are, and they have a great selection of international foods. It's kind of early though, so we decided to just have some beverages. I got this.
This is a coconut. Yes, a coconut. You can buy a whole coconut and really you just drink the water inside. It's really refreshing.
My love for a certain Portuguese pastry is well documented. Guess what we just found here in Singapore? It looks like the same thing. Is it as good as my pastel de natas? It's called an egg tart. Let's find out. It's not the same. It's egg and custard filled and much gooier than the ones that we had in Portugal. The outside is more of a shortbread than the crispy pastry. But how funny is it to find something that looks so similar to what we ate all across Portugal? I love it. It's an easy decision to visit Tien Hock King Temple because it's free. Dating back to 1840, ocean-going immigrants would stop here to pray for or say thanks for calm waters and a safe journey. The temple is actually rare because multiple deities are worshipped at it. Many are Taoist, but there are also Buddhist, Confucius, and ancestral worship deities present here. Today, the unique temple is a peaceful escape from the busy streets of Singapore and is still used for worship. Chicken and rice. We've been told that this is one of the dishes you have to try when you come to a hawker center. And this is from a place that Anthony Bourdain recommends, as well as the people who gave us their tables. So let's dig in. It looks delicious. It's kind of white, but it smells really good. So, that is super gingery. They got so much flavor into it, and it's not dry at all. It's delicious. It lives up to its reputation. I am not sure that Bill's gonna get any of this.
This is lime juice and passion fruit juice. Lunch was great. We are now going to hopefully learn about a little bit of Singaporean history, and we're going to the
City Gallery. They have a little bit of history about how Singapore came to be, and we're hoping to learn a little bit more about the green space, which is everywhere. We see greenery going down hotels, we see greenery going down apartment buildings. It's beautiful. Hopefully we'll find a little bit more about it.
Colonial outpost to a global economic hub.
Not only was the Singapore City Gallery free, but it had super strong air conditioning, which frankly we needed on our first day of extreme Singapore heat.
The museum was modern, with interactive displays that actually worked. We learned so much about how Singapore became a city within a garden. In fact, Singapore today has 80% of its population able to walk to a park. Yet their goal is to increase that to 100% by the year 2030.
And experiencing greenery and everywhere.
Gallery was really interesting. We just finished there, and it was more about the city planning, which I thought was really interesting. It was a little bit less about the history, but it really puts into perspective the challenges that Singapore has as a nation, which is a city with a somewhat limited landmass. They've got to put all kinds of things in here that cities don't normally have to deal with.
It was a fascinating way to learn a lot more about the history of Singapore from the planning perspective. We're staying right there. And I'm really glad that we did it early on in our visit to Singapore, but it did take us an hour and a half and we hardly finished, and we really haven't seen that much of Chinatown during our Chinatown day yet, so off we go.
Let's go.
Eating my second pastel de nata of the day is not what I expected in Singapore, and yet here we are.
Hey, we ran out of steam. Got some dinner at the Hawker Center right nearby in Chinatown, and pretty much we called it quits.
Changing 11 time zones is really hard. Have you done it before? If so, you can appreciate what we're going through. Hit the subscribe button below.
Good morning. Welcome to another day in Singapore. Yesterday we went to a Chinese temple, or Chinatown.
Not this one.
Not this one, but a couple different ones. And today we are going to
the Muslim Quarter and Little India. At least that's the plan. The skies are looking pretty dark, so we think we might be in for some thunderstorms.
Let's go.
We better get going.
It's raining, so we're going to take a little break.
Just kidding. We're in the Kampong Glam area, which is sort of known to be a Muslim district. We wanted to stop here before we went to Little India, and then we really got stopped by the rain. But it's a great opportunity to do some people watching and have a coffee. Well, we just finished lunch. We're trying to wait out the rain, and now it's rainy and sunny all at the same time.
Pretty sprinkly. It's not very heavy, so we're a bit stuck.
We have umbrellas. We have rain gear.
Would be rain gear, let's say.
We're going to keep exploring though, and we hardly have hit the surface of what this area has because we just got totally rained out. Here's a different perspective on the mosque, just sort of across from the street. You can see that there's barriers behind me too, and we happen to be here during Ramadan, and so they're setting up for some festivities related to that. Just, again, really glad that we were able to come here. It is a landmark of this particular area of Singapore, And now that we've been here, we're able to see the distinctive gold dome in person. It's just easy to see why. It's stunning. Really refreshing. Well, we made it to Little India and it started raining again. Seems to be the story of the day. I'm sensing a theme here.
We just wrapped up in Little India, and in the couple of markets that we went into, there was just a ton of people. And honestly, that's the most people we've seen in one place at one time since the start of the pandemic. So
It looked really neat. We'll just have to come back someday when we're more comfortable with being in those levels of crowds.
Yep. So until then, we're going to go back to the hotel and recharge a bit, and then
Had some more fun for dinner. We came back to a hawker center that looked pretty interesting, intending to eat from some of the international stalls that we found there. Instead, we found this outdoor satay market that looked amazing. So we chose one of the places, and here's what we've done. I need you to try this so I know if it's spicy. Oh, this looks spicy. Spicy.
so spicy that you just laugh.
I cry. It was really good. It tastes like peanut and cumin and fire. I don't do well with spicy food. It's really good though.
So we're gonna see how I do with the spicy food. You saw Heather's reaction. Pretty pathetic, honestly. I've got water ready to go.
It's fighting words, but it's the truth.
So here's the beef. We're gonna try this with a peanut sauce. It's really flavorful. It's a fun mix of salty and sweet and spicy. Just a little bit spicy, even though it knocked Heather's head off. Very good. So Heather says some of the sauces here are pretty spicy. So I've got a little bit of the beef satay left, and whatever this really dark red sauce is, with all this peppers floating in it. It's the hot one, she says. All right, here goes. It's pretty hot, but it's not. I'll survive. I think I'll be all right.
I might not. Pretty sure this one's chicken. Oh, that's delicious. Super tender. The spice hits you at the end. But it's delicious. I can't even describe what the spices are other than the spicy part, but it's really good. Super tender. Just falls off of my chopstick. What is this? Falls off the saute stick. It's really good.
All right, so now we're going to try the chicken with the green sauce, and this, I think Heather said this was somewhere in the middle on the spiciness scale. This one hits you a little bit faster, but it's still very good. Also, I'll survive.
Well, that saute was the perfect way to end a day that was hampered by a little bit of rain. I guess better luck next time. We still made the most of what we were able to see today, and hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit less rainy.
See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. morning from Singapore.
We decided to take a break from the city parts of Singapore and instead visit one of Singapore's most famous sites, Singapore's Botanic Gardens. This is an award-winning garden, and it's an UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's one of the most visited, no, actually the most visited botanic garden in the entire world. So our expectations are pretty high for what we're going to see today. Let's go check it out.
Only 3 gardens in the world are designated as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Apparently, being called a city within a garden wasn't enough for Singapore. They also have gardens within a garden. There are many themed gardens within the Singapore Botanic Gardens, and together they are home to more than 10,000 species of flowering plants and trees.
Olivia had a snack. Oh,
Okay.
wow!
Boy.
Good job! Aww.
No. Get the...
Good job! Good job! Boy, I wish that smell tube was a thing. It smells so amazing here. The flowers.
These here smell amazing. They're called white butterfly ginger. Reminds us very much of Hawaii. And of course, jasmine always smells amazing.
And even the leaves smell amazing. We don't know what it is, but we keep catching the scent of like light coffee mixed with rum and caramel. It could be wishful thinking on my part, I don't know. But that smells really good. Jasmine everywhere. Just a really nice floral scent pretty much everywhere you go. It is sort of intoxicating.
I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way. I found my way.
I haven't been on one of these since I was a kid.
Neither have I.
'Cause I found my way. 'Cause I found my way. My way. My way. My way. My way. 'Cause I found my way. My way. My way.
This is a sundial I can read. It says it's time for lunch. Well, we were taking a break for lunch. These gardens are huge. I would guess we've seen like 10 to 15% of it so far. It's so impressive. It's beautiful. All the flowers and occasional wildlife. Oh my God.
It's really amazing in a city that prides itself on having tons of green space, which is already impressive. They've also set this aside, and it's 1.7 kilometers long by, I'm not sure, but it is massive and it's beautiful.
Sort of soft. Oh my gosh, it feels like plastic. It's like corrugated plastic. Oh, look at that. It's like an army.
Ed is calling this the camouflage palm. This is just the edge of the foliage garden.
beautiful, but I can't really smell them.
We actually decided not to go into the, I think it's called the VIP Orchid Garden. It's another 15 Singapore dollars. Actually, so far this has been free, so it's actually a cheap day. But there were plenty of orchids outside that were just beautiful. So we just didn't feel the need, I guess.
Oh, it's a piano. Oh, it's Chopin.
In 2009, it was here at Symphony Lake where 163 couples were wed within 24 hours. That set a Guinness World Record for the most couples married within 24 hours at the same location. But unfortunately, that record was beat in 2013 and is held now in Yemen.
Take a moment to think about this place. We're in the middle of one of the most populous cities on the planet, and you'd have no idea. You're in this tranquil, peaceful space full of greenery everywhere. What a treasure for the Singaporeans to have this available, and it's completely free to enter. We are currently in the Healing Garden, and pretty much anything that ails you, there's something here that can cure it.
Like this plant, which will help heal broken bones and treat gonorrhea and hemorrhoids.
This here is a type of jasmine, which, among other things, can help cure flatulence. Strangely enough, there's a toxic section to the Healing Garden. I think that's a little bit inconsistent, but I guess they had to put it somewhere.
Wanted to take advantage of this beautiful background to just share with you how we got here. We took a bus from our hotel to the Singapore Botanic Gardens, and we're taking the MRT back. It is so easy to take public transport here. All you need is a wireless credit card, you know, with a little Wi-Fi sign on it, and you just swipe that as you get in and then swipe it again as you get out. And it's only like $1 or $2 to go anywhere. It's so easy. Honestly, public transportation should be this easy everywhere we go. Apparently there are nut trees here. That could really explain that coffee caramel rum smell that we have smelled everywhere. Wow, I can't believe that this is all free. It's amazing.
And there's even a children's area. It was closed when we got there, so we weren't able to show it to you, but it looks amazing. If you got kids, bring them here.
Having spent all day here, and I really do mean all day, I have to say this is a fantastic place to spend the day if you're in Singapore and you want a little bit of a break from the cityscape. Everything we've done today has been completely free, which is just sort of amazing, and I absolutely love that this is just available to everybody, no matter what your status is in Singapore. It's incredible. Good morning. We are starting at the monastery that you see behind us, wait, what was the name?
Kong Meng.
You have the name.
Oh, I have the name. Okay.
We are at Kong Men San Forkart C. Okay, I had to read that. It has 6 words that are part of it. I'm sure we did not say any of it right, but that is our starting point for the day today. We're not sure how much filming we'll be able to do, so fingers crossed that we can show you what it looks like, because we're really excited about this experience. Let's go take a look.
All right, let's go.
By the way, masks are required for this entire visit, so if we are able to shoot, this is what we'll look like.
KMSPKS dates back just over 100 years to 1921, and it was the first traditional Chinese monastery to be built in Singapore. What started as just a few buildings continued to expand over time and even includes a Buddhist college that was established recently in 2006. The complex is positively massive in size, taking up approximately 75,000 square meters, which is equal to around 11 American soccer fields, but some of you might know that sport as football.
out that we are here on a special day of prayer. So not only were we fed lunch, which actually was really affordable, but there are tons of people here and there's lots of offerings going on, and it just feels like a really unusually special atmosphere. So we are just really fortunate to be here on today of all days.
Our visit coincided with the annual Qingming Festival, so the temple complex was much busier than we expected. Qingming is a day set aside for honoring family members by cleaning memorial and burial sites, burning incense, and putting up food offerings. This is a tradition that dates back at least 2,500 years. Although our visit coincided with the Qingming Festival, temple volunteers were happy to explain what was going on and never gave us the feeling that we were intruding on their special day.
We just finished visiting the largest Buddhist monastery in Singapore, and what did you think?
It was a beautiful and enormous place. There's a lot going on today. There's a festival that we just sort of stumbled onto.
They're honoring their ancestors by offering up food, and we saw that on the numerous tables that were honestly all over the monastery. They were everywhere. We tried to be respectful and take some video without getting in anyone's way. It was really special for us to be able to visit on this day. I'm really glad that we made the trip out.
Orchid breeding and micropropagation.
Shaking helps to confuse the tissue. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Welcome back to Tales from Our Pocket. Today, we are finally spending some money. So far in Singapore, we've been enjoying the wealth of options that Singapore has that are free. Today, that changes. We are in the Bay. We are in the Bay. We're in the Bay. I'm not in the Bay. I'm not in the water.
Gardens by the
We are at Gardens by the Bay. This is one of the most iconic areas of Singapore with architecture that you will recognize even if you haven't been here. And we are doing it all. We're going into the cloud forest. We are going into floral fantasy. We are going into Flower Dome. And we are even going to the top of one of those trees that you see behind me. They're called super trees, and we'll tell you all about them later. We have a huge day ahead of us. So much to do. We better get going. By the way, masks are required every time we go inside, so this might be the only time that you see our smiling faces. We'll be smiling behind our masks though, be assured. Wow, it's huge. It is also really chilly. I was not expecting it to be quite this chilly.
It's very air conditioned. If you come, you might want to bring another layer.
It smells amazing in here.
Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level.
Back home, these are annuals.
We got this. We got this. We got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up
just finished Flower Dome. You can see it behind us. Those flowers were amazing. It was so much fun to photograph the flowers and I guess video them depending on what device we were carrying. So far, I'm really impressed. It was really neat. Bill, what'd you think of the Flower Dome?
It was fantastic. I think there's nothing like it, at least that I've seen in all our travels, and it's just really unique. Everything's temperature controlled in there, so it's very comfortable. Just everything's very well done. There's lots of fun sculptures and lots of beautiful flowers.
Oh, we happened to arrive at the very end of their Sakura display. Japanese cherry blossoms, which is kind of amazing. A lot of them were past their peak. You know, it's the end of it. But it was neat to be able to come in and just see the very end of that. That was probably my favorite part. We've canceled Japan plans like 3 times in the past 2 years. So it was neat to be able to experience a little bit of Japan through here in Singapore. We bought a bundle package. That's how we're able to do absolutely everything. And we are on our way to grab some lunch. Our bundle included a $14 credit to a couple of restaurants around here, and one of them is Satay. And we enjoyed that so much the other evening. That's our choice. Keep hoping for some otters to be crossing my path. Nothing. Fake news. Well, what'd you think of lunch, Bill?
The satay was really good. I felt the meat cuts were a little bit better than the place that we went to.
The meat was so tender.
Yeah. The sauces, though, I think Heather liked a little bit better this time.
It wasn't so spicy. It tastes like peanut and cumin and fire.
And I like the other ones because they were spicy.
We are off now to the Cloud Forest, I believe it's called. Really excited about this one. I have no idea what the climate's going to be like in it. I was so surprised by how chilly I was in the first one. Anyhow, we're excited to go walk among the clouds. This is so impressive. I bet you can't even hear me. The waterfalls are so loud. It's so cool. Also, it's not as cool as the last one we went to, but it's a little bit cool. These flowers look so sad. They're trying to grow. Happy flower. Whereas the Flower Dome was emulating springtime all the time, this dome, the Cloud Forest Dome, is emulating mountains and the forest that we find in the mountain. It's sort of a tropical feeling in here, a cool tropical feeling, and you never know what you're gonna find. Bill's back there filming every single dragon we go by. We've seen like 8 of them so far, so I'm sorry about the dragon montage that you're probably experiencing right now.
I used to bounce on knees, fresh from the oven, chubby and carefree. I had a mind at ease. Now I oversee the trees, birds and the beasts and the man and his empty deeds. I see everything. I got my feet on a cloud.
I've never seen orchids trained like this before on trellis to climb. It's so cool. There was a sign on the way in that said that the next misting takes place at 2 p.m., which is in about 15 minutes. We don't really know what that means. Misting. What's getting misted? Am I wearing the right shoes for this? Questions. My hand for dimensions. Wow.
No one knows when the bells gon' ring. No one knows much of anything.
Oh, we're at the back of the waterfall. Don't worry, we're inside. It's not raining.
I'll give us a copyright strike.
Jurassic Park.
are going to check out those a little bit later. Those are called the super trees, and we're actually going to go up inside one.
Well, we finished up at Cloud Forest, and I think that we were both pretty impressed. My favorite was the orchid garden area. There was this curtain of orchids that just came down next to you. I've never seen orchids trained in that way, and it was just beautiful.
My favorite part was just the waterfall. It is very tall. Apparently at one point it was the tallest one in the world, but that title went to the Changi Airport's waterfall in the Jewel, I think it's called. We'll see that later.
So if you look online and you're trying to figure out which of the domes you should go to when you visit Gardens by the Bay, most commonly you'll see people recommended to go visit the Cloud Forest, the one we just did. And so far we'd agree, but we've only seen two. We have one left to go before we go up to the Super Tree and enjoy a sunset, except it's thundering out. So we'll have to see how that works out for us. One more to go. We'll go see whether we recommend Floral Fantasy over Cloud Forest. It is a high bar. All day we've sort of been able to see the cruise ship hotel thing off in the distance. And it is just really quite the landmark. It's very impressive. Time for a midday beverage snack. Bill went out on a limb and got something that we've never heard of, 100 Plus. It's an original isotonic drink. I have no idea what that means.
So I looked that up and it sounds a little like kind of a low sugar Gatorade, and let's give it a try. Oh, it's really tasty. It's like a citrus flavor. In the U.S., we have something called Fresca, and it tastes a lot like that, just a little bit less sugary. Heather's gonna try it.
It's delicious. It's really good. Big fan. Final Dome Garden. Oh, it's so pretty. Holy cats. It's beautiful. Well, we just finished up our third flower dome of the day. That was Floral Fantasy. That was pretty ethereal. Is that the word? Ethereal?
I think that's a good way to describe it, yeah. There's some nice, soft, relaxing music playing.
Yeah.
Basically, it was a bunch of flower arrangement. Lots of things hanging from the ceiling and from all over the place, really.
What was really interesting about that one is that it was a mix of dried flowers and live plants. So I thought that really added to the atmosphere. But I have to go with the internet on the recommendation. If you can only go to one, I would say that the Cloud Forest is the way to go. We have one more activity to do here at Gardens by the Bay today. And I'm thinking it might get rained out and lightninged and thundered out. We are supposed to be going to the super trees that you can see right back there. I'm thinking we might have to come back.
Wah, wah.
We're gonna go walk over now and find out. If you are trying to decide which one to go to, Floral Fantasy is by far the most Instagrammy of them. If that's your thing, then that's the one you want to go to. They had this butterfly flower thing that had squares telling you where to stand. They had all of these benches set up with props. They had, I mean, it was totally like...
What more could an Instagrammer want?
No, really, we don't do a ton on Instagram, but it still was fun to do different poses and stuff. So just a heads up. Well, the thunder, lightning, and rain persisted while we had our dinner, so we rescheduled our Super Tree visit to a few nights from now. For those who are curious, we walked about 7 miles today, and we'll be coming back to visit the Super Tree that you can see growing out of my head. And we'll just add it onto this video, so keep on watching. And we're back! Here are the Super Trees! We're back at the Super Tree Grove, and we are about to go up, I think, the tallest one. Now you might be wondering, why are they called Super Trees? Also, why is Heather swatting at her face? There are gnats out. It is dusk. We are hoping that we time this perfectly to catch the sunset and the light show from the top of the Super Tree. If we timed it right, it's going to be amazing. Now you might be wondering, why are they called Super Trees? They are called Super Trees because some of them harvest solar energy, they collect rainwater, and of course they grow plants because this is Singapore. We'll go up them and tell you some more about them from the top. Oh, that's so cool. Well, we are at the top of the Super Tree. This is the tallest one. It's about 16 stories tall. It's amazing. And when they say that there are 360 views from up here, they're not kidding. Definitely the best view that we've had of Singapore, and the perfect time at sunset. We don't think we'll be able to see the light show up here, so we'll try a couple levels down, and if that doesn't work, we'll have to go all the way down to the bottom. But gosh, perfect timing. Perfect timing. We are just waiting for the light show to begin. I'm so excited. We came down from the top of the Super Tree and now we're camped out on the street with like hundreds of our new closest friends. I'm so excited to watch this. And it's free. You don't even have to visit any of the gardens or the Super Tree or anything. All you have to do is come by here at the time of the shows. I know at least one is 7:45, which is like in a minute.
And enjoy the shows.
Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you again at the gardens.
We're going to the zoo today.
We're going to the zoo today.
Stop it, Singapore. Shared umbrellas? Are you kidding me? How many zoos are we going to today?
Too many, I think.
Welcome back to another day in Singapore. We are going to 3 zoos. Okay, at least we're gonna try. Let me explain. They have a park hopper pass, and we thought, what better way to experience multiple parks in Singapore than by getting the park hopper pass and spending a few hours in each one. So this begins our taste of Singapore zoos. Let's go get started. Finally found the otters that allegedly keep crossing the road. He's so cute! We're starting with the River Wonders Park.
There's a tank of fish here that just have colossally enormous fish, and they're easily as massive as the scuba diver there. Oh, here's one. Some kind of catfish. One of the reasons we wanted to come to this particular park, the River Wonders Park, is they have a panda fair. And not only that, they've had a birth recently of a baby panda. I've never seen a baby or a panda at all, for that matter. So that'd be really exciting. But we actually have a lot to do today, so we're going to quickly go through this park, and then we're going to move on to the main Singapore Zoo, and then the night safari for this evening.
River Wonders Zoo is a relatively new zoo for Singapore. It opened under the name River Safari only 10 years ago. Two of the main attractions in this water-themed zoo are the fun water ride and also the incredible giant pandas. The enclosure for the giant pandas is built to emulate the natural four seasons of the panda's native habitat. The zoo has a small bamboo forest that's 8,000 square meters and is grown exclusively for feeding the growing panda family.
That was really neat. We've never seen pandas before, and now we've seen not one but two. Both the mom and dad were out of their cages and eating, and they were active, and I'm so glad we went. We saw them before lunch, because when we went back afterwards, one was sleeping and one had hidden away in her kennel. The baby was not out to be seen today, which, yeah, baby's shy, it's okay. But now we've seen them, I'm so excited. They're so cute, much bigger than we thought.
Yeah. They were kind of roly-poly, and when they ate, they would roll around on their back and eat. It just looked like they were really enjoying themselves.
I love it when they reclined and eat. They remind me of Homer Simpson on a sofa. Oh my God.
And that's why the boat's wet on the inside.
The boat costs an extra 5 Singapore dollars when you come to the River Wonders Zoo. It's pretty cool though so far.
If you buy the combo ticket, it's included.
You see any monkeys? They're huge!
They're able.
Well, they let us ride it a second time. One of the benefits of coming here on a weekday in what we think is off season. So we got
We're here on a Thursday in early April.
So we got to go on the river ride once, and we tried to film a bunch of things. And then a second time where we just went with our eyes and enjoyed it for ourselves. So it was really neat. We got done the second time. They're like, "Do you want to go again?" We're like, "Okay, wow,
they were
we
serious.
We get that you're slow." Anyhow, we have about an hour to see what's left, so we have a little bit of ground to make up.
While Singapore Zoo is consistently rated one of the best zoos in the world, both it and River Wonders shared some unique features. Both had animal habitats that were generally larger than other zoos, plus a number of them in both parks are sort of this open, free-range type of habitat where we, the visitors, yes us, can enter and walk among the animals. This was fun and occasionally a bit startling when we visited the monkey enclosure.
Oh God. Oh God.
So Heather says the golden lion-headed tamarin is the cutest monkey here. It's probably not a monkey technically.
His face was so human-like. It was also kind of creepy. We just finished up part number 1. We spent about 3 hours there. It was River Wonders.
It's mostly aquatic things. There's some really unique fish that we've never seen before. I definitely have never seen manatees in captivity, for example.
Plus we got to see the pandas.
We got to see the pandas, so that was a real highlight. Also the monkey, interactive area was
Oh yeah, the monkey forest.
a
it
real
was called.
highlight.
So now we are off to zoo number 2, and that is the Singapore Zoo.
All right, let's go. And then we are at the next park.
Hey Bill, what are you doing?
Looking for macaque.
All 3 zoos we visited dedicate a portion of their ticket sales to regional conservation efforts like habitat preservation, reducing wildlife trade, and protecting endangered species. They currently have around 50 projects that they're supporting.
Oh my god, that was loud. I thought there was a fight going on.
I think there was. So one of the things we've learned today is that we can watch primates just about all day long. So anyway, that was a lot of fun, and as an added bonus, none of them threw poop at us. Decide to come here, what we did is we bought a multi-park ticket, which is 108 Singapore dollars, and it gets you into all 3 of the zoo parks that are right here where we are today. And also there's a bird park which we plan to go see later in the week. So it's 4 parks, $108, so it's a real value. For the record, I want to include the warthogs, but Heather said only cute animals on our vlog.
Apparently, we are to keep an eye out for green vines on the ground. They're not vines, they wiggle. They're snakes. I'm not a fan of snakes, it's been well documented. Oh, it landed on you.
It did?
Yeah.
Is it still there?
No, it's gone. There's a butterfly garden, which I've never gone to, and I sort of always wanted to go to, and now I regret things. It turns out that they are a great idea until they come flying at your face. Oh God.
If you do come here, there is a lot to do. I think we probably spent a little bit too much time on the riverside, and there's actually more to see on the Singapore Zoo side. It's about a little after 5 o'clock right now. They shut at 6, so we're trying to hurry up and finish our lap.
Oh God. What's surrounded? Excuse us. Apparently this is a pigeon. I'm shocked. Prettiest pigeon I've ever seen.
So that was really fun. The butterfly aviary, I'm not sure what you'd call it.
Butterfly garden.
Butterfly garden. Heather got out of there pretty quickly, but I was recording some things.
Oh, I want to go on the kids thing.
I was recording some things, and there was one butterfly in particular that probably landed on me half a dozen times, which was kind of fun for me, not so much for Heather. This place has a ton to do for kids. I mean, zoos are always great for kids, but they've got some dedicated activities. They've got this huge ropes course, which Heather's probably just recorded a bunch of B-roll about.
How much fun does this look? It looks like there's an extra fee to go in this. A rope course. Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. Ah, it's a good thing we're out of time, or I'd have to talk Bill into doing this with me.
Anyway, looks like a lot of fun.
I got Chow Yin Yang, which they also call Chow Fu, and it's the size of my head. Also, why does Singapore not give out napkins? I have to eat these shrimp with my fingers, and why? Try some of the noodle first. Oh my gosh, the sauce is so good. It was described online as an egg gravy, and it tastes sort of like egg fouillon. It is delicious. It is so good. Oh, I can't wait to dig in. But I'm gonna need a napkin. Sorry, Singapore. It's so good.
What's the matter?
Help!
Dinner is messy.
But delicious. So we are at the night safari, and we got here and we thought we were getting on a shuttle to go to the other side of the park, and instead we ended up being on a tram that went all the way around the park, and we got to see a bunch of the animals in their evening habitat. Now, because a lot of this is at night and our camera is something that fits in our pocket, then our quality of our videos might not be what you're used to, but please enjoy what we have been able to take. There were elephants, lions and tigers, and actually bears, oh my. It was kind of a moonlit evening, and it was really neat to see them. They're a little bit friskier at night, so this is really a unique park, and we're really excited to be here. As soon as we got done with the tram taking us all the way around the park, we were able to get into the show that happened right afterwards.
Powerful prehensile tail that amazes them just like that. Now, despite their size, they are actually excellent at both long jumps and high jumps. And Xiaomi will be showing us her hunting skills of leaping and pouncing to catch a bird. Alright, eyes on the target. And oh wow, Xiaomi's snorkel otters, smallest species of otters in the entire world. Now tonight will be on the go. Into the bin. Cycling the plastic bottles. I think we understand why Bailey has 3 bottles and Bubbles only has 1 tin can.
We saw some owls, and we saw just how dexterous raccoons are, and we saw the cutest little white thing that looked like a dog with giant ears. Anyhow, they showed off a lot of the different animals in the evening. We've really been amazed by our time here. Well, we just finished up walking the trails here at the night safari, and this is such a unique zoo. I think out of the 3 zoos, this one was probably my favorite because it offers something that we've not experienced anywhere that we've gone. So if you're looking for the most unique zoo, come to the night safari. If you're looking for one that's really good for a rainy day, we would recommend the River Wonders. That one had a lot of covered space, so you could easily go there when it's raining, maybe not a downpour, but still a great one to visit if it's raining. The Singapore Zoo is the one to go to if you want an all-day affair. It's massive. I feel like on that one we saw most, but not all of it, and we definitely didn't make it to any of the shows. We hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe and like button below because we have more coming about the animals here in Singapore. I am so smart. SMRT.
I am smart. SMRT. I mean SMART.
Welcome back to another day in Singapore.
We're at Jurong Bird Park today. Jurong Bird Park is the largest bird park in Asia. Now, we don't know how many bird parks there are in Asia, but it's the biggest.
This bird park is home to more than 20% of endangered birds around the world. So I'm really excited for the opportunity to see some birds that we probably can't see anywhere else. I know you didn't know that, did you?
I did not know that.
I'm like the Cliff Clavin of bird facts. So we have a lot to see today. We better go get started. Zoos can be a little bit of a controversial topic for visiting them. People feel bad that the animals are in the cages, and I get it. We're animal lovers ourselves. The 4 parks that we visited while we're here in Singapore are also Singapore's designated wildlife rescue centers, which means that they take in wildlife that's been found injured on the side of the road or in people's backyards or in the parks, and they rehabilitate them and re-release those animals back to their native lands. So when you visit a park like this, you're enabling the local community to support the local wildlife. It seems appropriate that at a zoo known for conservation, that they're also trying to minimize the amount of plastic used.
Now, just because we're at a bird park doesn't mean that all the birds have to be able to fly. We got penguins here.
There is a bird in here that looks like it's 3 or 4 feet tall. It is easily one of the biggest birds we've ever seen, and it eats baby crocodiles among a bunch of other small animals, and it's just standing in the back so still that it looks like it's a statue. It is really unique. Also, its beak looks like it's maybe about 1 foot long, and it weighs its head down. We don't know that it weighs its head down, but that's what it looks like.
So one of the things all of these national parks and zoos that we've been to today and yesterday have in common is they have these areas you're able to walk into, and this one has birds. Yesterday we were able to see some monkeys, butterflies, and wallabies, so that's a lot of fun.
All the zoos that we've been at have had an endangerment sort of thermometer that you can see how endangered the animals are.
This eagle that we're looking at right now is critically endangered. It takes up the whole sidewalk. Look here, up my cat. I don't know what you want me to do. Smart choice. This is bok chor mee, and it's vegetarian style with no chicken in it. It looks really good. More noodles. I know I had noodles last night, but they're so good. I'm super curious about the no chicken. Like, does no chicken taste like chicken? So many things taste like chicken. Okay, let's see. Oh, it is really good. Wait till you see what Bill's having for lunch. What are you having, Bill?
It's a very traditional Singapore dish. It's called schnitzel. It's a no chicken, I think, no chicken schnitzel with fries and apple and some other stuff, green salad. It looks really good.
Bill's also having his new favorite beverage again.
100 plus.
All right, give it a try, Bill.
All right, so here goes. Looks really good. It's nice and flaky and juicy.
Does it taste like chicken?
No.
Really?
Yes.
The worker told me to put the last of my noodles into my soup so I could try it both ways. You can eat this dish either dry or wet. Wet meaning with a broth. So I'm going to try the end with the broth. Oh, I really like that. Plus, this restaurant actually gave us napkins. Yay! The place that we ate at for lunch is called The Social Kitchen, and it's one of the few locations in Singapore. It's a small chain that started during the pandemic, which is amazing. Their goal is to be the largest provider of jobs, kitchen jobs, for disabled individuals and their caretakers. So if you eat here, not only are you enjoying a delicious vegetarian lunch, but you're also supporting some really great people. So if you happen to see one of these locations, we would really recommend it. It's nice to have a break from all the delicious meat in Singapore.
come here, you've got to go to the High Flyers show. We just went to that, and it's fantastic. You see all these birds on here? There were more birds in the production than you see on this poster. And they were flying all over the place and colorful, and it just looked like utter chaos. Actually all planned. It was pretty amazing. Check it out.
Also, the place that we're standing in right now smells like this weird mix of nuts and coffee and caramel and rum, and we smelled it at the Botanic Gardens as well, and I have to know what this is. If you're from the area or if you know what it is, please comment below so that we know. Much like the butterfly garden, this is an open area with the birds in it, which means the chances of us getting pooped on are like 100%. Let's go. They are so loud. That's all birds. There are 23 different kinds of birds, all in this giant space that we're in. So far we haven't been pooped on. Apparently that area was called the Lori Loft. It was by far the favorite thing that I've done at the bird sanctuary so far. And you might notice that I'm putting my jewelry back on. That is because there are some birds in there who will come and peck the jewelry if it's shiny. So I didn't want to take any chances, so I took them all off. Those birds were beautiful, and their songs that they sang were also beautiful, but incredibly loud. We filmed a thing or two in there with voice, and I'm not even sure you can hear me because the birds were that loud. It was amazing. It was really cool. If you come to this park, make sure you do not miss the Lori Loft. Are you trying to cross? You want to be with your friends? Oh god, this one's coming from my toes. Oh my god. It's a shaggy bird. They're tonguing. Why are they doing that? They love hanging by their feet. What the?
Blue dew, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone not really into? Do you need to fix it?
The waterfall aviary is by far the largest of the ones that we've been to. I mean, there's a whole waterfall inside of it, for crying out loud. The whole waterfall aviary is a giant cage. Total Jurassic Park vibes, except birds. Well, the waterfall aviary is about 2 hectares, says Bill.
It's massive. It's very big.
It really is. And it feels so tranquil in here, unlike the other ones that we were at. But the birds aren't as interesting, I think. I really prefer the ones that are so colorful. They're so unlike the birds we have back home that I prefer the first one that we went in so far. But again, this one is so tranquil and serene.
And the birds are very tame too. They're not really scared of coming within a couple feet of you. It's pretty amazing.
That's for sure. Nothing in here has the coffee smell. Do you recognize it? Actually, it's more nutty than coffee. If you see the plant in this area, it's really strong. Please let me know.
Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you?
Drink it, little guy. My guy doesn't have eyes yet. This is at the Breeding and Research Center, and as you can see, they are feeding some little baby birds. These are sun conures.
The birds are so young they don't have feathers really yet.
Or eyes. They must be newborns. So our first bird park, the only one we've been to, what did you think?
1 thumbs up, 1 thumb up.
It was pretty neat. It was really interesting. Maybe because we've never been to one before.
For me, the best part was actually all the areas where you could interact with the birds. Some of the birds were very tame and would come up to you, and others, you had to look for a little bit.
Yeah, the bird kennels were really interesting.
I think they called them aviaries, right?
It was kind of neat that this was included with our park hopper pass, so we got to go to all 4 parks.
And if you haven't seen that video, click the link. Well, that's a wrap.
See you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Here's where all the babies come from. Aren't they storks?
These are pelicans.
Damn it!
Welcome to another day in Singapore. It's actually our last day. And we are at a place called Hau Par Villa, and it's a little bit different.
Let's show you what we mean. Okay, it's really hard to see from that little spin tour, but trust me, this is something that you are not going to want to miss, and we couldn't miss it either. We're excited to do this on our last day, plus it is free. And to be honest, we have overspent our budget the past few days doing some of the amazing things that Singapore has to offer. So we had to come here, check it out. Stay tuned. I think this is going to be a really interesting episode.
But before we get into all that, let's back up to what we did earlier today. We actually started at the National Museum of Singapore, where we quickly learned that we couldn't video anything. What a bummer! We enjoyed learning about Singapore's history almost as much as we enjoyed the museum's air conditioning. After a quick hotel stop, we went to a hawker center close to Hau Par Villa in search of one last chicken rice lunch.
Been a huge lineup of people, so we're hoping this is going to be good.
The other one, normal one is a fried one.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's good.
And our meals for lunch came with soup as well. And the rice is delicious. It's, I think, more fragrant than the other ones we've had. It's a bit more garlicky, it's super sticky. It's absolutely delicious.
These 2 meals together were $7.50 Singapore. And how much was the juice?
$3.20.
$3.20.
And it's like a passionate orange mango slushy, and it's so refreshing. It is so weird to eat room temperature chicken though. In America, that is completely verboten. But here, it's just the normal way of doing chicken rice. And it's delicious.
Hau Par Villa is one of the most unique places we've ever been.
While it's described today as an Asian theme park, it actually began as a sibling outpouring of love from one brother to the other in 1935.
This is where Hau Par Villa originally stood. Destroyed it after looting had pretty much already destroyed it in World War II. But you can see here the outline of it all along the walkway. So it was very oval in shape. I don't know that there was an amphitheater in the middle of it though.
Au Boon Ha and Au Boon Par were brothers doing business together as owners of Tiger Balm, a famous and incredibly popular healing ointment.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Nice kitty, kitty, kitty.
The gardens reflect Boon Hao's interest in Chinese philosophy and folklore, and today they've grown to contain over 1,000 statues and 150 dioramas. The statues seem to be pretty popular for posing with, so we played along.
Bill said he wouldn't wear the outfit.
I'm gonna try to get some to the turtles. Come on, turtle. You can do it.
I guess we didn't need to go to the zoo. The birds are right here. And this zoo has dragons. Now you may not have known this, but the gateway to hell is here. Exact entrance to hell. Oh nope, this is the exit. Just kidding. The exact entrance to hell. We're not going in. It turns out that going to hell is expensive.
Who knew?
18 Singapore dollars, and since we are only doing the free part of Hau Par Villa, we are not going to that. Plus we're kind of afraid that if we get into hell, they won't let us back out.
We've really been enjoying our Singapore experience. Do we really want to do that to it? That's the question. Just be aware that they're closed Monday and Tuesday, because apparently if work is hell, you need a break.
A lot of these displays are extremely elaborate. I feel like it would be easy to say these are strange and so different, and really they are. But each of these scenes also tells a story from Chinese folklore, and each of them is well signed with a description of what's going on in that scene. And so even though it's so different, I also just really respect that they're keeping their folklore alive. I think it's really cool. I don't think that guy's gonna make it. These displays all tell different stories of virtues and vices. You know the story about a bear and how you don't need to be the fastest if you're running away from a bear. You need to just not be the slowest. Well, here you have two friends who met a bear. One of them ran away immediately without checking on his friend. His friend played dead and escaped the bear, and the bear chased the other friend. Don't forget your friends. Don't leave them behind. Who else remembers the flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz and possibly being terrified of them? Well, here's some more. They don't fly though. Maybe they're good monkeys? This one starts off all cute with this elephant, who I love. And then things take a turn for the strange. This is the backside of that same cave. I have no idea what's going on here. Inside this little museum is a thing of popsicles. 1 for $3, 2 for $5, and this is how you pay. Somehow I feel like that wouldn't work very well in the US. Okay, so Bill says that this would work in the US, but the places that he's talking about are rural roads, not in the middle of a giant city like Singapore, like New York City, like Chicago, like Minneapolis. That would not work. Look, honey, they have durian. You can try some more.
We've got durian ice cream here. It smells horrible, as predicted. Hoping it tastes better than it smells. It is a little bit better than it smells.
I think it's sold out. We are done exploring Hau Par Villa. This was an interesting experience, I gotta say.
I probably say this a lot. There's nothing like it.
There really isn't. It's super unique. We were planning on going hiking, but there is a lot of rain that's moving in, so we're heading back to our hotel. We have hit Singapore really hard, and we decided we deserve to take like an hour off. Plus, our hotel gave us a voucher for a free adult beverage, and those are not cheap in Singapore, so
At all.
we need to make sure we make use of that before we go. We still have more in store for you. We are going to somewhere that we are really excited about for dinner. We are doing a splurge this evening. After a week of eating at hawker stalls and theme parks, we thought it was time to spend a little bit of money on dinner, and again, we're really excited about it.
It's refreshing. Very good.
We are standing just outside the entrance to a restaurant we're really excited about. It's called Artichoke. And if you have seen Somebody Feeds Phil, in his Singapore episode, this is where he ate. And it looked amazing. It's a Middle Eastern restaurant. So when we were able to get reservations, we made them.
So this is called Somebody Feed Bill.
Somebody Feed Bill. We're about to. The hummus looks stupendously amazing. This is the hummus.
This is the hummus. This looks like pesto almost here.
This is baba ganoush. And this is filled peppers, vegetarian filled peppers. Best baba ganoush that we've ever had. The eggplant is either charcoal grilled or smoked. It has this beautiful smoky flavor. It's absolutely delicious.
It's amazing. I don't normally like baba ganoush. This is fantastic.
The hummus has green onions, pomegranate, some other kind of dried berry, pistachio. The green part that looks like a pesto is actually something that's kind of spicy. Don't know what it is. It's really, really good. All right, for the first course, we think the baba ganoush edges out the hummus because it's so unique with its smoky flavor. Oh, the peppers were good too. The baba ganoush is where it's at. These are all of the mains. This is a fried fish.
I hope you said cod.
This is chicken. These are French fries. Salad with falafels. And this is roasted cauliflower, and it looks amazing. Look, we're not proud of this. This was a lot of food, and Bill doesn't like beets. My favorite was still the baba ganoush, which we would not let them take away in case we still had room for them. We don't have room.
Great sadness.
Dessert is a rose water milk pudding, which is beautiful. Look at this. It tastes like roses. We don't think that roses have a taste, but they taste exactly how they smell. It's the weirdest thing. Wow. And we're back from our dinner. We ran out of light outside, so we are filming in our hotel room while we're packing. Well, one of us is packing.
So bad.
Or one of us is dropping things, more to the point. Dinner was delicious. We found out about Artichoke from a TV show that's on Netflix called Somebody Feed Phil. And it is an incredible show that if you've never heard of, if you have access to Netflix,
You gotta watch
you
Somebody
have
Feeds
to.
Phil.
Honestly, stop watching this video right now and go to Netflix and watch Somebody Feeds Phil. It is wholesome, it is uplifting. It's not just about food, it's about connecting with people and cultures, and it's amazing. You can come back and thank us later. If you want to try the least authentic Middle Eastern restaurant in Singapore. Their words, not mine. The least authentic Middle Eastern restaurant in Singapore, tucked away around a corner from a busy road. Head to Artichoke. Bill's mad we didn't go to hell because he had a lot of hell jokes saved up.
Damn it!
Oh, now he's in hell for longer. Greetings from Singapore. That's right, we are back in Singapore only for 17 hours. Last you saw us, we were in Yogyakarta. From there, we flew to Bali, where honestly, we took 2 whole days off.
Different language, different culture, just a couple hundred miles away.
We did not film, and we just relaxed and enjoyed a little bit of Bali before starting our super, I hope I said super enough, long journey home. I'm starting this video from one of the smallest hotel rooms we have ever had. We'll show you it a little bit later. For now, we are really excited to check out the Jewel. Attached to the Changi Airport. We have heard wonderful things about Changi Airport and the Jewel, and it is supposed to be amazing. So we are going to make the most of our 17 hours by not sleeping a whole lot, but filming a whole lot. So we better get started. Are you ready, Bill?
But it's still just an airport, right?
Our first stop is going to be the iconic waterfall in the middle. We've managed to avoid seeing it so far, so I'm so excited to see it. All right, we can see just the top of it so far.
It's big. Wow.
There you go. I think it's the largest indoor waterfall in the world. Right here in front of us. That's basically a mall attached to an airport. Pretty cool. What is equally impressive to the really tall waterfall is the amount of greenery surrounding it. Singapore has managed to shove a garden inside the mall, and it's beautiful. And so unexpected. Everybody talks about the waterfall that's right here, but nobody told me about all the green that it's surrounded by. We should have known better because Singapore. It's beautiful. It smells so good too. Like really fresh and airy and green, and it smells as nice as it looks. I hope by the time this airs, somebody has told us what that coffee, nutty, caramelly, nutty smell is that we've been smelling all over Singapore. I smell it right here. Here's what I'm by. I hope somebody's already told me what it smells like. Oh man, I love it. To be honest, this kind of reminds me of a black hole. Not that I've seen one of those in person.
Also, there's no drone use in here. I don't honestly know how anyone would do that, but I guess someone tried it, and that's probably why there's the sign up.
What is this? There's a bunch of bamboo and panda bears. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, it reminds me of the ones we saw at the zoo. They're so cute. These ones are fake. They don't have actual pandas in the mall, just to be clear. The bamboo, however, is real. Warning, some riders may get wet. These caution signs look like bananas. Oh, Singapore. Did you guys know they sometimes stop it? It's not raining right now. It's just misty. I mean, the mist is pretty. It doesn't really show up on camera well because the background is white, but it's really pretty. But why did they stop the waterfall? Wait.
Start again. There
I just need to ask about it.
In addition to the giant waterfall, there's a kind of sinkhole at the very bottom. Just a ton of water flowing into that. The great thing about Changi and the Jewel here is you can just stop by here on a layover, and there's lots of things to see, lots of stuff to do, and you can just visit it on a relatively short layover. So you see people here with their luggage being pulled around, and because you can visit this on a layover. So one of the really interesting things about the Jewel is we're actually in the public area. You don't need an airplane ticket to get into this area or anything. So anyone can come off the street and enjoy the Jewel or go visit the mall. However, if you are on a short connection, you can actually see the Jewel by taking a tram between terminals 2 and 3. And you can see that right here. That's just a great part of the design. So if you are here on a layover and you got a bunch of bags, you may not want to haul them around, especially up here. So there's actually bag storage available. I think it's 5 Singapore dollars. We're not sure how big the lockers are, but it is available.
We actually haven't seen any like fast food type places or fast food counters, so we actually did a sit-down dinner.
So you might be thinking, well, okay, you've got an airport which has a mall and it's got a big waterfall in it, but hey, it's just a mall or it's just an airport. Well, you haven't seen it all yet. Up here in level 5 is all the fun stuff.
It's pretty dark out now, so we're going to do the Canopy Park at the top. Just bought our tickets for that. So we're gonna see what Foggy Bowls are and what other things are included with the Canopy Park. It was only 5 Singapore dollars to get in, so we had to see what they had.
As you're walking through this lovely forest at night, the trees will all sense your presence, and then the light turns on and it changes colors depending on what's going on and who's walking by. And it also plays a song or a tone based on the color. So it's pretty cool.
At a little lookout that is right when you come out of the Mirror Maze. Not something that we did, but you can get to it if you do the Canopy Park. It's a beautiful overlook with the waterfall behind you, and you're looking down on it. It's similar to the Canopy Bridge, but included with the Canopy Park entrance. So I think this is a pretty awesome place. Look at it. All the colors of the water at night are jewel toned. Yes, they are. From up here, you can see really far down into the wormhole, which occasionally looks like lava if it's red and orange. Included in your ticket are the Discovery Slides, which are for kids and adults. And honestly, not the best place to watch the light show from because you're actually a little bit too high, which means you gotta go down the slides for a better view. Hey Bill, what did you think of your slide?
So the slide was great, but it was one of those I don't fit situations. I think this is probably going to be an I don't fit situation. Whoa, okay, I made it. Just. Curves were too tight and my feet kept skipping on the bottom of the slide.
To be fair, my feet also stuck to the bottom. I would maybe consider trying to do it without shoes if they'd let me.
That's the way to go, without shoes, if they let you, I don't know.
They just announced that there is a sound and light show at 8 o'clock, and it's just a few minutes to 8, so we've hurried back to our perch overlooking everything. And hopefully it's cool. I love the light shows that are in like Las Vegas at the Bellagio, and we've seen them other places. My expectations are high. We'll see Changi Airport.
And in case you forgot we were at an airport, there's the control tower.
The HSBC Great Vortex Light and Sound Show will be starting soon. Please enjoy the show.
You know, that was not bad. I don't know what I expected, but that was reputable. My only complaint is that it only lasted like 7 minutes. Maybe not even 7 minutes. It was really cool though. The water sometimes looked like it was going up and sideways, and I saw it beating hard, I swear, at one point. I liked it.
It's pretty amazing what they can do with a waterfall, some lights, and a little bit of music.
Not bad. We're impressed. By the way, if you are here at night, make sure you check the schedule because that light show only happens like 2 or 3 times a night, and you want to make sure that you're in a good place to watch it. And I would say the perch up here with the canopy park that we had all to ourselves is the perfect spot.
This whole area really reminds us both of a lot of the Marina Bay attractions, which we've been to, and if you haven't seen those videos yet, click the link up here.
Oh, I blend in with the background. Well, that canopy park is pretty impressive for 5 Singapore dollars. That's an easy recommendation. If you had a little bit of extra time, I'd definitely come through here and do some of the extra things that are up on top, get a different view down into the waterfall and the people below you. Thumbs up. Well, we found all the fast food in the basement. Of course it's in the basement. We should have known that. What are we, rookies? Jeez. This is where we should have had dinner. Okay, is this a yay or a nay?
So this is someplace inside the black hole here, but they've got a protective plastic sheath on here so nobody gets wet. It's weird. Wild stuff.
Well, it's about 9:30 and we are starting to drag. We got up this morning at 5 o'clock. I can't believe how busy this still is at 9:30. I don't know if this is just transit passengers or if this is Singaporeans who are out, but this mall is hopping at 9:30. Wow. Well, we said we would do a room tour, and this is it. This is with a really wide angle camera. I would say that this room is maybe 10 feet by 10 feet. It basically is a bed with not that much floor space. For some reason, the bed, you can't put your bags all the way under it, which is kind of weird. Also kind of weird is that you can have purple as a color for your lights, but no other color. There must be something about that being conducive to sleep. You have some nice shelves for storage. This lifts up and is a table, and over here we have a chair that goes with it.
I should be able to figure this out. Barely enough room to sit in the thing. But anyway, the only chair is a fold-up chair.
This is a very efficient bathroom with a shower back there and all the essentials. And that is our little hotel room. Quick tip, if you do want to stay at the Yotel Air, don't book through them, book through a third-party booking service. This is one where you can save a lot of money by not booking directly through them, and that's what we did. And it's nice to have an actual bed to lay our heads for the night instead of a bench on the airport, which is something that we did indeed consider.
If you are passing through Singapore, it'd be a shame not to visit the place. You should really make time. If you can make a little bit longer layover, my guess is...
Maybe not 17 hours though. It really is a long time.
If normally you have a 2 or 3 hour layover, figure out a way to make it 7.
This is such an interesting blend of spaces, really. There are people that I can see behind Bill that are toting around all their luggage, doing their shopping, looking at the Jewel waterfall behind us. I don't know whether it's a mall or whether it's an airport or shopping within an airport, and I don't know that needs definition, honestly. What it is a really neat space that if you're transiting through Singapore, I hope you have enough time to visit.
Normally we don't want things going kaboom in airports.